Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, over 24 neglected and abused dogs are removed from an illegal breeding facility in Lancaster County.
Also tonight, an annual march began this morning raising awareness for suicide.
But first, a bill to protect same-sex marriage passes a crucial test in the U.S. Senate. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. The vote this afternoon was a crucial step in possibly turning the bill into law.
So what exactly does all of this mean, and what happens next? For that, we turn to Channel 8's Veronica Barreto. She's been following this today, and she joins us now with more. Veronica.
The U.S. Senate voted 62-37 this afternoon to move forward a legislation protecting same-sex and interracial marriage. Nebraska U.S. Senator Deb Fischer voted against the bill. Senator Ben Sasse was in Florida and did not vote. All 50 members of the Democratic caucus and 12 Republicans voted to advance the legislation. The Respect for Same-Sex Marriage Act will guarantee federal recognition of same-sex and interracial marriages while protecting religious liberties.
No American should ever be discriminated against because of who they love. And passing this bill would secure much-needed safeguards into federal law.
The president of Grand Island's PFLAG, an organization supporting LGBTQ plus people and their families, says it is important that their rights are guaranteed at a federal level.
Having it recognized at a federal level is just going to afford those protections to LGBTQ individuals that have a partner, that have a spouse, that have gone through the steps to become legally married and having the same rights that are afforded to married people.
The push for this legislation comes after Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas wrote that the court should also reconsider the legality of same-sex marriage. It was part of his opinion to the court's overturning of federal protections for abortion in June. The bill will require that people be considered married in any state as long as the marriage was valid in the state where it was performed. A bill amendment ensures religious organizations will not be required to provide services, facilities, or goods for the celebration of a same-sex marriage. On Wednesday, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints issued a statement calling for federal legislation to protect same-sex marriage. It marks the latest show of support for the measure from conservative-leaning groups. Nebraska Family Alliance said in a press release the bill amounts to an attack on millions of Americans, particularly people of faith who believe marriage is between one man and one woman. They also said it subjects religious people, businesses, and organizations to countless new lawsuits merely for practicing their faith. And after today's vote, the bill will now go to the U.S. House, which must pass the revised version from the Senate. If that happens, it will then go to the president for his signature.
All right, Veronica, thank you for the report tonight. Happening now, UNL and the Flatwater Free Press are hosting a forum to talk about the Nebraska Corrections Department.
It's been a hot topic for years. Some lawmakers want to add more prisons, but others want to limit sentences for criminals to help with an overcrowding issue. And just last week, the state penitentiary reported severe damage from a water leak in one of its housing units. Well, be prepared for increased law enforcement as you hit the road for Thanksgiving.
That's right. Lincoln Police are once again participating in the Click It or Ticket national campaign. Officers will be enforcing seatbelt usage in areas of high injury crash rates here in the city. Lincoln's seatbelt usage is well below the national average at just 77%.
Wearing a seatbelt is the single most effective thing we can do to save lives and reduce injuries on Lincoln's roadways. The goal of the enforcement project is a continued enforcement and education effort to help increase Nebraska's statewide safety belt usage.
The campaign will run November 23rd through Thanksgiving weekend, the 27th. Remember, all children under the age of 8 need to be secured in a federally approved child safety seat. The search is on for a few vending machine vandals who were caught on camera earlier this month.
And a Halloween robbery leaves a construction company out $32,000. LPD is asking for the community's help solving these crimes in this week's Crime Stoppers report.
The first case we have today happened on November 4th at Nebraska Hall on UNL campus near 16th and X Street. UNL Police Department reported that at least 2 individuals, possibly 3, entered into the building and made a really big mess. They broke 5 vending machine glass front windows. They pulled the coils out of the vending machine. They threw trash and recycling all over the room. They broke some holes in the drywall. In the images, you'll see that one of the individuals is blurred out. That's because UNL Police has already identified that individual as a minor. They do believe the other person with them is an adult and likely could be the same person. They're not sure, but you'll notice there are clothing change. In one image, there's a army hoodie, and in the other image, a plaid over jacket. So we're looking to get any tips we can for UNL Police to help them solve this burglary and figure out who that is, if it's one person or if it's 2 people. On Halloween morning, Walton Construction near North 48th and Superior was burglarized in the early hours of the morning. An older model Ford Escape was captured on camera pulling into the business. That Ford Escape loaded up a trailer belonging to the business, some tools, welding materials and supplies, and also took 150 gallons of gasoline from the gas tank that they used to gas up their work vehicles. In total, the business experienced a $32,000 loss that morning. We'd love to help the victim in this case with any tips we can get that may lead to the arrest of the individual that did this. If anybody has any tips or information, they can call Lincoln Crime Stoppers at 475-3600. They can call the police department directly at 441-6000. They can also go online at lincolncrimestoppers.com, and there's all kinds of clickable links online, and they can leave an anonymous tip online.
And in other crime news, police say an arson is suspected in a bathroom at Lincoln Northwest High School, causing $5,200 in damage.
It happened yesterday. We're told it started with a paper towel and spread throughout parts of the restroom. School officials say there were a couple of disagreements that took place between small groups of students, but they say nothing major. We're going to have much more on this story coming up on our newscast at 6 o'clock. Lancaster County deputies found abused and neglected dogs at an illegal breeding facility.
A woman was arrested last night for running the unlicensed dog breeding site. Channel 8's Rebecca Heckel has more on the status of the dogs from the newsroom. Rebecca?
Yeah, police say that Julia Hudson was breeding dogs without a license on her property north of Malcolm. She was arrested on Tuesday after she threatened a deputy and is still under investigation for animal abuse and neglect. Deputies have been investigating Hudson since September after a delivery driver was bitten by one of her dogs. When Lancaster County deputies went to check on her, she threatened to use her dogs and pushed a deputy. After she was detained, 28 dogs were found on the property, covered in feces and out in the cold.
While they were there, Julia Hudson had threatened the deputies with one of the dogs. It was a Belgian Malinois. She had stated she was going to use the dog to attack the deputies. She was subsequently arrested for terroristic threats and also for obstructing a government operation.
This isn't the first time Hudson has been accused of animal cruelty. She was arrested on similar charges in 2013 and was sentenced to 2 years of probation. And we will have more on the condition of the dogs at Capital Humane Society tonight at 6. Back to you guys.
All right, Rebecca Heckel from the newsroom, thank you so much. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins now. He has your first forecast, and not a whole lot to talk about other than just being cold, right, Rusty?
Yeah, it's been cold for a few days. It's going to be cold for a few more days. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, which we'll look at in a few. But first, clouds starting to increase from the northwest to the southeast. Still some sunshine in Omaha and Lincoln. Grand Island, maybe a few clouds, and then some snow showers trying to kick up between Valentine and North Platte. They may see a ½ inch to an inch of snow before it's all said and done, but around here it's pretty quiet. But this is kind of a large system. Look at all that cloud cover off to the north and west, and some more snow showers in the Dakotas and Minnesota. So there's still quite a bit out there, but the Schoen's Roofing in Beatrice, Cam, has a beautiful sunset going on, and temperatures are going to cool off as the sun goes down. It's already down into the upper 20s in Beatrice, 29 degrees. 31 though still in Hebron, 28 in Nebraska City. Most of us in the 30s, a few 40s out there too in the southwestern corner of the state, North Platte, Ogallala, and McCook, all around 40 to 41 degrees. Still 31 though in the capital city. We do have a north to northwest wind at 10 to 15 or 20 miles per hour. and that gives us a wind chill that has a bit of a bite to it. 24 in Lincoln, 19 in Nebraska City and Norfolk. It does feel like 18 degrees in Omaha. The rest of us a little bit warmer than that. So as we head through tonight, notice the temperatures just kind of dip down quickly after sunset, around 23, 24 degrees by 8, 9, 10 o'clock. And then we kind of hold steady. I think we'll see the middle 20s for much of the night, and maybe even warming up a little bit as we head towards tomorrow morning. So we are going to see another chilly day, but there is, like I said, a light at the end of the tunnel. We'll look for that light in just a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Rusty. And even with the colder temperatures this morning, student veterans at UNL set out on a 325-mile march.
Team Nebraska is marching to Iowa over the next few days, raising awareness for veterans' suicide.
The annual trek started at 6 a.m. at Memorial Stadium, and participants walked 15 miles out to the town of Eagle by this afternoon. They're each expected to carry 20 pounds of personal belongings to represent the 20 veteran lives lost each day to suicide.
It was good. Yeah, it was, you know, a lot of people were putting in a lot of effort, having a lot of fun. Camaraderie is always great. We're out here for something bigger than ourselves, so it's always a good event.
Team Nebraska will walk in shifts until Sunday when they hand off the football at Freedom Rock at Minlow, Iowa. From there, Team Iowa will walk to Kinnick Stadium for the Huskers versus Hawkeyes football game on the 25th. Still to come on the news tonight, after 3 delays since August, a major breakthrough in space exploration.
NASA is headed back to the moon. That story right after the break.
At Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach,
In the early hours of this morning, NASA launched its unmanned Artemis 1 craft on a historic journey.
That's right, the rocket finally blasting off on a trip to bring us back to the moon. ABC's Gio Benitez has more.
3, 2, 1. Overnight, after 3 delays since August, a major breakthrough in space exploration. We rise together, back to the moon and beyond. The most powerful rocket in the world, the Space Launch System, propelling the Orion capsule toward the moon with 8.8 million pounds of thrust. Orion already feeding back stunning images of the Earth from space. It'll spend 26 days getting to the moon, orbiting it, then returning to Earth, splashing down off the coast of San Diego on December 11th. Launch director Charlie Blackwell Thompson, the first female launch director, taking in the moment.
On behalf of all the men and women across our great nation who have worked to bring this hardware together to make this day possible, and for the Artemis generation, this is for you.
Many this morning believe that Artemis generation can change the world.
This is the first step, this test mission, to put the first woman, the first person of color on the moon, on the next missions. And so, the world will never be the same.
And while there is so much research to do on the moon, the goal is to eventually use the moon as a sort of layover spot so humans can go farther and farther into the universe. Gio Benitez, ABC News at the Kennedy Space Center.
Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
So unfortunately, and when a weather guy starts off with the words unfortunately, you know it's probably not going to be great news. Unfortunately, the wind and the temperatures are going to be an issue for the Husker game on Saturday. Wisconsin coming to town. Bite in the air. Northwest wind 15 to 25, maybe 30 miles per hour, and temperatures really close to the freezing mark for a good portion of the day. So it's, well, it'll be like today, but with a little more wind. Yeah, that doesn't sound great, does it? High temperatures today struggled once again in the upper 20s to the north. O'Neill and Norfolk at 29, Omaha, Nebraska City 29, right at the freezing mark in Lincoln and Grand Island. Some 40s, barely, but some 40s to the south and west. 41 in North Platte, Ogallala 42, 41 in McCook. At least the flags are not going anywhere. So if you have a cold day like this, you really don't want a whole lot of wind. And Penner Bathing Solutions cam in Aurora showing you that there just isn't a whole lot of wind out there. So that's a plus. 26 right now, the current temperature in Aurora. York at 27, Grand Island 30, Hastings just below the freezing mark, and most of us right around there, 27, 28, 29 degrees like Beatrice, 31 in the capital city, along with Hastings and Hebron, 32, one of the warmer spots in Kearney. Not much wind either. Like I said, there is some good news out there. It's out of the west and northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. 19 degrees in York, 20 in Aurora, 24 degrees in Hebron, 24 for a wind chill in Lincoln. So there is a wind chill, but it's just, it could be a lot worse, that's for sure. A little bit of light snow from, well, this is basically right across Cherry County. And they may see an inch or so of some snowfall, and this is just going to drift to the south. And you notice once it gets into central Nebraska, kind of running into some dry air, so not much of a concern there. Interestingly, we are going to see our temperatures dip just after sunset and then slowly start to rise because a warm front, very weak one at that, will be moving off to the east, and it will kick our wind out of the southwest just enough that we won't cool off much. Then a cold front, thanks a lot cold front, is going to come through and just kind of reinforce the cold air that's in place right now. Maybe a few flurries by 8 a.m. Thursday. It won't amount to much, but you know, a snowflake or two, similar to what we've had on and off throughout the last few days. And then as we head through Thursday afternoon, plenty of cloud cover, and then we're looking at anywhere from partly cloudy to mostly clear skies as we head through Thursday night into early Friday morning. And then it looks like the sky wants to clear out as we head through the weekend, into the weekend. Temperatures tonight, teens to the north, 20s for most of us, and then the wind chill will again be around anywhere from 10 to 15, maybe 20 degrees, single digits to the north and west. So another cold start to the day, especially with the wind factored in, single digits. Just seems way too early for single digits. Tonight, temperatures in the upper teens to around 20 degrees early, but I think we'll be in the middle 20s as we get into early tomorrow morning, but we'll say the low at 19 degrees, partly cloudy, but warming up by the morning. That southwest wind trying to keep us a little warmer at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then highs tomorrow, that cold front rolls through and knocks us back down. I think we'll be between 30 and 35 degrees. So another chill in the air, and the wind will be out of the northwest at 10 to 25 miles per hour. So morning flurry, then becoming sunny but blustery with 34 degrees and that northwest wind. 7-day forecast, we dip down just a little bit more on Friday. Then we start to warm up. Saturday, sure, it's going to be cold and windy and blustery, but better, closer to normal as we head towards Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and even Wednesday. And then another system tries to move towards us as we head, of course, to the holiday weekend, one of the busiest travel times of the year. So that's something we'll be keeping a very close eye on. It's still a week away, so lots of time for that to change and for us to fine tune that. But until then, a cold few days still ahead.
All right. Thank you very much, Rusty. Well, say hello to a couple in Iowa who are doing their part to help kids and Santa this winter.
Bryce and Austin have set up their mailbox to Santa, and they're even writing responses to help St. Nick stay on top of his Christmas to-do list.
Christmas is in full swing at the Charlton household in Grimes. Along with their holiday decor, you'll find a mailbox in their front yard encouraging kids to drop off their letters to Santa.
We really want this to take off, not for us or not for the publicity, but just for the fact of the joy it brings.
Bryce and Austin Charlton take this time every year to play Santa and write back to these letters. They've been doing it for the past few years.
The first year we got about 130 letters. Then from there, the second year we got over 400. And then last year we had about 180.
Every letter and toy list they receive gets a response back from Santa. And those letters don't just come from their neighbors, but from across the country.
Rhode Island.
Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont. And a lot of them were local. There were even Urbandale, Ankeny, Ames.
Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids, New York, we got one from. So it's really cool to see that people here are spreading it to even other states.
The couple was inspired to start the tradition as a way to engage with the community before having a child of their own. Now being the proud parents of a 2-year-old they adopted earlier this year, they look forward to showing him this festive tradition.
I think he would love to, when he gets older, to realize everything that we put into it to help Santa out.
What a sweet story there. Not so sweet on Wall Street today. The Dow falling 39 points. NASDAQ is down 175. S&P also losing 33 points. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
at a 95% rate for the second year in a row.
That 95% clip ties for the highest number in school history and marks the 5th straight year of a rate higher than 90%. This year, the Nebraska Athletic Department says 10 of its teams also had a perfect 100% graduation rate. Nebraska ranks 3rd in the Big Ten and 9th among all FBS schools in graduation rate.
Well, that is something to be proud of, no doubt about it.
Go Big Red.
Yeah. All right, let's get a final check of the weather with Rusty.
I graduated from UNL too. Got my degree in meteorology, and I don't know, I think I forgot everything I learned because I just can't get a forecast.
But you weren't an athlete, right?
No, I wasn't an athlete.
I did rec, rec football
I
and
did
stuff
that.
like that.
I did club volleyball, yeah.
It's cold enough that you probably don't want to do any kind of sports outside unless you're a Husker football fan, and then you'll go out in just about anything for Saturday. Look at that, mostly sunny and 33 for Husker game day Saturday. Temperatures just cold for the next few days. A chance at a flurry early Thursday morning, then mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. These are the last 3 very cold days. We start to warm up by Sunday, so something to look forward to.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us.
World News with David Muir is coming your way next, and we'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Extreme sports. And now, Amigos Extreme Burritos with extreme sauce and 3 cheeses with steak, chicken, or beef. And crispy French fries at Amigos.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Synergy Home Care of Lincoln is now hiring. Create rewarding long-term relationships and find fulfillment in a career that goes far beyond any regular job. Work independently with flexible hours and a full benefits package. Apply today at Synergy Home Care of Lincoln.
In 2021, over 400 children in Nebraska were adopted into their forever home.
For Nebraskans who decide to adopt, you are a beacon of hope for children who need it most.
For those considering adoption, you have a unique opportunity to change a life for the better.
It doesn't take a perfect family to make a difference in the life of a child, and more families are needed.
Thank you to all Nebraskans that have adopted or are seeking to adopt a child from foster care.
For those considering adoption, please call
1-800-7-PARENT.
So Cam came to us for